They lived in a small street near the market in Lagos. Everyone called her Iya Sade. Her face was kind but tired. She lived alone after her husband, Baba Kunle, died 3 years earlier. People said he fell sick. Iya Sade believed them. She had no children. She sold akara and firewood to make small money. Her only friend was a black goat she called Agbo. Agbo was strange. He stayed close to Iya Sade. He did not eat other people's crops. He followed her to the water well and sat by her door at night. Neighbors laughed and said, "Iya, you love that goat too much." She only smiled and patted Agbo's head. Agbo would bleat softly like he understood. One rainy night, Iya Sade woke from a bad dream. In the dream, she saw Baba Kunle sitting at their small table. He smiled and waved his hand. She ran to him, but the street pulled her back. She woke up with her heart beating fast. Outside the hut, Agbo stood under the roof, calm and silent. Iya Sade rubbed her eyes and tried to sleep again. Days later, strange things began. Iya Sade found Agbo standing on 2 legs near the cooking pot. He touched the pot with his mouth like he wanted to eat. She laughed and said, "You think you are a person?" Agbo turned his head and looked at her with eyes that seemed wise. He bleated, but the sound felt different. It made the hair on her arms stand up. That evening, while the rain tapped the roof, Iya Sade ground pepper in her mortar. Agbo sat beside her, quiet. The small street was calm. Even the children were inside. Then Agbo made a low sound, not a usual bleat. It sounded like a voice. Iya Sade froze. "Who is that?" she whispered. The voice came again, clear this time. "Sade, do not be afraid." Iya Sade fell back from the mortar. Her hands shook. "Who are you?" she cried. The goat's lips moved like a man's. "It is me," the voice said. "It is Kunle." Iya Sade covered her mouth. She dropped her wrapper and fell to her knees. "My husband?" she gasped. The voice was soft. "Yes," it said. "But I am small now. I came back like this to tell you the truth." Iya Sade wanted to run. Her legs would not move. "Tell me," she said in a tiny voice. Agbo sat and looked at her. "You know the day I died, you served me food outside the house. I ate and later I began to feel bad." Tears ran down Iya Sade's face. "We prayed. We called the doctor. I said I was sorry for everything." Agbo's head moved slow. "It was not sickness that killed me," he said. "Someone put bad thing in my drink." Iya Sade gasped. "Who would do such thing?" she asked. The goat's eyes shone. "It was Auntie Kemi. She came with palm wine. She smiled and poured for me. She wanted me to leave you, Sade. When I did not leave, she did this." Iya Sade could not believe it. Auntie Kemi was their neighbor. She was always kind at funerals. She helped carry water. The words fell like stones. Agbo told Iya Sade more. He told her the day Auntie Kemi came with a calabash. He said how she laughed and how Kunle tasted the wine and said it was bitter. He said Kunle's stomach hurt that night. You baked herbs. You prayed. But by morning, he was gone. Iya Sade cried and held her head. "All this time, I blamed myself," she sobbed. "I thought I cooked bad food." "You did nothing wrong," Agbo said. "I could not rest. That is why I came back like this." Iya Sade looked at the goat and asked, "Will you stay?" Agbo's voice was soft. "Yes, I will stay until the truth comes out." He told her how to be safe. "When Auntie Kemi comes again, do not drink anything she gives," he said. "Pour water on the ground before your door and call the elders." The next morning, the sun was weak and the market noise started early. Iya Sade sat outside her house holding her pestle. Agbo stood near her. She felt small and afraid, but she remembered the goat's words. Hours passed. Then Auntie Kemi walked into the street with a big pot of palm wine. She smiled wide and said, "Good morning, Sade. I brought fresh wine from the market. Let us drink and be friends." Iya Sade's hands shook. She kept quiet and went inside to fetch cups. Auntie Kemi put the pot on the stool and laughed. "Drink, sister, drink," she said. Iya Sade poured 2 pops and handed one to Kemi. Kemi moved back and pointed at the crowd. "I already drank," she said. "Try some yourself." Iya Sade looked at Agbo. The goat lifted his head and the street became very still. People had stopped and watched. Agbo bleated loud, and then the voice came, deep and clear. "You killed him, Kemi. You brought the bad drink." Auntie Kemi shrieked and dropped the pot. The wine spilled on the ground. People ran from their houses. The market women came, and the boys from the corner. "What is that sound?" they cried. Then they heard the goat speak like a man. "You wanted Sade's house," it said. "You wanted Kunle for yourself. When he refused, you made him sleep and not wake up." The elders came and pushed through the crowd. Chief Baba Tijani stood tall. He asked, "Is this true?" Auntie Kemi trembled. She tried to lie. "It is witchcraft," she said. "The goat speaks because of evil." But the elders were old and wise. They asked her to drink from the pot to prove she was clean. Kemi refused. Tears came down her cheeks. She fell and said, "I did it. I put something bad in his wine. I only wanted him to love me." The people shouted. Some closed their mouths with their hands. Others covered their faces. Chief Tijani spoke in a hard voice. "You have done wrong," he said. "The village cannot keep a person who kills for love. You must leave." 2 men took Auntie Kemi away. She cried and begged. "Have mercy," she said, but the elders would not listen. After the crowd left, Iya Sade sat on her doorstep and cried, but there was a different kind of crying. She cried for pain and then for relief. Agbo stood and looked at her. "Now the truth has come," he said. "You can live in peace." He walked to the edge of the street and disappeared into a small path. The wind blew and the leaves moved. For a moment, Iya Sade thought she heard Kunle's laugh in the breeze. Auntie Kemi walked far away from the street. In the bush, she heard a soft bleat at night. The voice called her name. She covered her ears and ran. She had to live with what she did. Some nights, when the moon was full, the people near Iya Sade's house said they heard a goat bleating like a human. Iya Sade would sit and smile. She planted small flowers beside Kunle's grave. She cooked akara and sold them. Her heart was lighter. The lesson stayed with the people of the street. Bad feelings inside can hurt people more than any bad food. Jealousy and anger can make people do bad things. Truth may come late, but truth will find a way to speak. And when truth speaks, it brings peace.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new tale. See you in the next one.